Yeah, well, the Neon Boys was just when we first started playing, writing and playing songs uh, together, me and Verlaine, and ultimately Billy Ficca, the drummer. Um, so yeah, that happened. That started like in 1972 or something like that. I guess it was 1972 that we started writing songs and rehearsing a little bit, looking for another guitar player. Um, uh, yeah, so that was our first incarnation as a band. With up until that, Tom had just been kind of noodling around on acoustic guitar, and once or twice a year going to a hootenanny night, where an open mic night at a folk club or something. Um, uh, but I'd gotten pessimistic and disillusioned um, about prospects of making anything happen in poetry, of like having any like impact. um, and the dolls were inspiring, uh, um, and we were also inspired by stuff that was going on in England too, um, like Slade and T-Rex and Bowie too, for that matter. Where there was like um, a return to more kind of pared down, hard driving music. Um, uh, so yeah, that's what we were calling ourselves when we were first starting out. But we could never find a second guitar player. We had some auditions and none of them panned out, and so the Neon Boys just kind of only exist um, uh, as uh, a prospect, for what we were. It's what we were calling ourselves as we looked for the guitar player that would enable us to play live, and we never found that guitar player, so we never played live. And the only music that exists of that lineup uh, is a few tapes we made um, in a 4-track studio um, at the point where we were giving up because we couldn't find a guitar player, and we couldn't keep the drummer on the payroll any longer. He wasn't really on a payroll. He was working as a messenger, but he had moved to New York in order to be in the band, and so we couldn't kid ourselves that. Anyway, so we made a few recordings that eventually got you know small releases. But yeah, that was when we first started playing.